Hi, friends. Welcome back. If you are new to the party, today should be your sixth day of IXL. It should be Monday, and it should be April 13th. If today is not your sixth day of IXL because you got behind or you missed a day, or it's not Monday, April 13th, like you're catching up, so maybe it's Tuesday or Wednesday, but you've skipped some days, be sure that you go back and do my videos in order. So if you have not seen me 5 times up to this point, go back and look at my other videos and then come back to this one. We will be looking at D3 under reading strategies for ELA called match problems with solutions. First thing I want to ground us in is this model. We've looked at this multiple times, this concept that author's purpose is easy as pie. If we want to know everything we need to know about a text, we first have to acknowledge what the author's purpose is. Remembering that first letter in our acronym PIE stands for persuasive writing, the I stands for informative writing, and the E stands for entertaining writing. So our author has 3 main purposes: to persuade, to inform, or to entertain. And inside this informative bubble, there's 5 or 6 main text structures the author will use. The author will use compare and contrast, sequential, description, problem solution, or cause and effect. All of these are good models for informing us about something. Today, we're going to zoom in on problem solution. We're going to look at the ways that our author uses a text to describe problems and then how those problems are solved. For example, Mrs. Jansen's stomach is rumbling. It's because I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. If I was writing this story, I would say, one possible problem when you become hungry is that your stomach begins to growl, you begin to get lightheaded, and also you may decide that you want to eat everything around. You may become insatiably hungry. That's the problem, these symptoms. Now, to solve the problem, you simply have to go to the refrigerator, find a snack, or possibly eat dinner. The problem could be that I'm really, really hungry and I'm having all these symptoms. The solution could be that I'm to go in and find something to eat. Now, some of you may be wondering, what's the main difference between cause and effect and problem solution? I'm really glad you asked. Cause and effect texts list how one event is related to another. For example, if there's ice left on the floor and Mrs. Jansen runs through the house, the effect is I will fall and hit my head and you all will laugh. The cause was the ice, the effect was me falling. Those 2 events are related to each other. Whereas in problem solution, Mrs. Jansen's stomach was growling. That's a problem. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and I'm having all other side effects. The solution is I went and ate something from the fridge and my symptoms went away. There was a problem, I solved it. Let's go ahead and look at how we would maybe analyze a problem solution text like you're going to be doing today. Like all readings that we've done so far, the very first step in the process is to identify the topic of the text. So as we're reading, we have to decide what is the topic of the text we are looking at. We're going to look at this together on IXL D3 and try to figure out the first one as a group. I'm going to look at this first text here on the left side of my screen. All we're doing right now is looking for the topic. Color blindness is a visual impairment that affects how people see one or more colors. Color blindness can make some everyday tasks a bit challenging, such as distinguishing between traffic lights or reading a website. Fortunately, assistive technology offers some great workarounds. Drivers who are colorblind might consider Enchroma glasses, which help people tell the difference between red and green more easily. What about web designers who want to ensure that their work is colorblind friendly? They can enhance their computer monitors with a color filter to see how their websites appear to colorblind people and make improvements using that knowledge. The first step is to identify the topic of the text. I know it's easier initially to look at the very first sentence of our paragraph in our topic sentence to see if that gives us any indication. Our topic sentence says, color blindness is a visual impairment that affects how people see one or more colors. My second sentence says, color blindness can make some everyday tasks a bit challenging. Well, I'm already seeing a repeated word here. This phrase, color blindness, comes up twice in the first two sentences. So I already know the topic of my text is color blindness. So here on my first little spot where I was trying to take notes, I jot down that my topic is color blindness. And I've spelled that wrong. That's really funny. I'll fix that. Now, initially, we'd be looking to see if we can figure out what type of informative text this is. And we would see if we saw problem, solution, cause and effect, description, etc. But we already know it's problem solution because they tell us in our title of our task. So we're going to first look for any signal words that indicate problems. Color blindness can make some everyday tasks a bit challenging. Ooh, using this word a bit challenging indicates that maybe there's a problem, such as distinguishing between traffic lights or reading a website. So these are two problems they've named right off the bat that are regarding color blindness. They say, due to this situation of being colorblind, it makes these tasks a bit challenging. So the problem is between distinguishing between traffic lights and reading websites. And the solution to that problem, or how they plan to fix that problem, hopefully we'll see in our text as we read. Fortunately, assistive technology offers some great workarounds. This word fortunately indicates an upside or something happy. So that shows me they're going to give me a solution to the problem. Drivers who are colorblind might consider enchroma glasses, which help people tell the difference between red and green more easily. If you can tell the difference between red and green more easily, that would definitely fix the problem of not being able to tell traffic lights apart. So our author names that the solution to this problem could be these enchroma glasses, but we still have this other problem that many people who are colorblind have a hard time reading websites. Let's see if our author gives us the solution to that problem towards the end of the text. The text says, what about web designers who want to ensure that their work is colorblind friendly? They can enhance their computer monitors with a color filter to see how their websites appear to colorblind people and make improvements using that knowledge. So this solution isn't necessarily with the people who are colorblind, but rather with the people who design the websites. The author has provided a solution saying that they can enhance their computer monitors with a color filter and they can make them appear better to colorblind people using the improvements they learn from that technology. So one solution regarding the enchroma glasses would help them with the traffic lights, and another solution has to do with using technology to enhance website design for colorblind people. We have two problems and two solutions. Now our text over on the left asks us to match up the problems with the solutions. If I look back over at my note-taking guide, I see that my author uses the problem and solution text to inform their reader about something. In this case, our author is informing us about color blindness by naming a problem, which is distinguishing between traffic lights and reading websites. And the solution to that problem, buying enchroma glasses to be able to tell the difference between red and green. And another solution has to do with using technology to enhance websites. So if I match my problems with my solutions on my left side, drivers who are colorblind and need to tell traffic lights apart can use the enchroma glasses, whereas as far as designers needing to design their colorblind friendly websites, they can use a color filter. When I submit that question, very exciting, I got it right. I would just need about 8 or 9 more correct to move on and be done today. Good luck.